Hello, Lisa Warden here with Sacred Living. I'm here with your reading for the week, Sunday, June 25th to July 2nd. July already coming on. So I have the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot that I'll be using for the main part of the reading, and you can be thinking first about whether you resonate this week with Archangel number 1, Archangel number 2, or Archangel number 3, and I'll have those specific uses for those angels at the end of the reading. So Sunday has the Knight of Air coming in to help, and so the Knight of Air is just ready for anything. So it seems like things are going to be speeding up. You could feel like you need roller skates or ice skates to be able to handling life as fast as it comes. But the important thing to keep in mind is you have everything you need for as hurried or chaotic as things feel. In one hand, there's a dozen roses. In the other, a sword, and the heart is just sparkling away. So it's like your compass, your heart center, has the ability to recognize which hand you need. Are you going to be connecting with love, like the dozen roses with somebody, or do you need to set firm boundaries and keep that sword drawn? So follow the intuition of your heart. And definitely Monday with the Two of Water has us looking at getting closer in our relationships. This could be romantic relationships, but sometimes it's just a reconciliation or going to that next level, or trusting that our friends are at this deep level that we need, because sometimes we need a favor that we aren't comfortable asking for, but you are the kind of friend who would reciprocate in kind. So if you need something, then it's going to be important to ask for it, or else reaching out with that olive branch to for reconciliation. Tuesday, here comes the sun. And so when I look at this card, I'm really drawn to the different rays of sunshine coming down into the little ones. So the sun card in and of itself means it is like this big victory. And so instead, this card for Tuesday feels more like, to me, like thinking about how you can take the things that you've learned from this big victory that you've had in the past, and you can take that information and drip it on down to these new projects that are more at the seed level. And so how can you take and distill that down and use it in other projects that you are looking to accomplish? Somebody wants to say hi. You want to do the reading, Junie? You want to do the reading? Let's see how long she sits. So that is for Tuesday. Wednesday has us needing to be a little bit on guard with a little bit firmer boundaries. So the card for Wednesday is the Seven of Fire. So the Seven of Fire, like there's a lot of wands or swords or whatever you want to say coming at this fellow. So it's like there's something in your life that you've been quiet long enough about, and it's going to be important for you to start speaking up and just really stand your ground. So it isn't even that you need to point your sword at anybody else, but it's going to be important for you to just say, that's enough. I've had enough of whatever this is that you've had coming at you for so long. And it's like you have more than enough of whatever it is for you to protect your boundary in a more healthier way. You don't have to attack it, because literally his wand is like to the side. It's only for protection. So it's like, I am not going to be able to put up with this any longer. I'm not choosing to participate in this argument. You're going to have to take care of whatever this is. All right, so that's Wednesday. Thursday is the Four of Earth, and it has us looking at how we are using our resources. So anytime I see that 444, I'm always like, all right, here's a big message from Spirit. And then any kind of variation on the theme of 4 is always stability. And so you're really looking at your stability. So we're looking at relationships and moving forward on projects and how can we do things. But this Thursday has us looking at how do we balance out the appropriate amount of money to invest in things and to use for ourselves, to invest in things like having a good time and nice clothes and those sorts of things. So you can do what I do. I cheat a lot. Dear angels or whomever you talk to for guidance, please help me realize the balance in the appropriate amount of money and resources. And this can be your time too, because time is the one thing that you never get back, right? So how do I invest enough time in this resource that I care about, or this charity? How much money should I invest in this charity I really care about? Please help me to feel a peace around a balanced financial status. So then Friday comes the 5 of air. And this is either a really difficult person, or it's a difficult situation, or it could be both. And so when you think about how the week started, you have everything you need. You might have to set a firmer boundary with some people. It is no surprise that we end the week with either a difficult person or situation, because as soon as you start to handle a person with a more firm boundary, they get more difficult because they want you to put your boundary back down. And so there's either a situation, because look at the chessboard, there's either a situation where you thought you were going to be winning, or you thought you were going to achieve something that you didn't get to achieve. And it isn't that you aren't going to be able to accomplish what you're accomplishing. It's like you have to take a detour around whatever this roadblock is. So rather than to give up all hope, it's going to be important to say, okay, there's something to be learned by this additional leg of the journey. And it doesn't feel like you're starting from scratch. To me, it feels like when you are in a situation where you weren't expecting to have to take a detour, but it feels just like one exit on the highway. So you have to get off for this one stretch, go around. It's a little bit of a pain. You've got enough gas, you've got enough resources, you've got enough time. It's going to work. You just have to figure out what's my workaround this either difficult person or difficult situation. But you have what you need. As verified by, on Saturday, is the Queen of Air. So the Queen of Air is somebody who knows exactly what to be doing, what to be saying, and to whom. Like, she has that really like stiff upper lip, that really good presentation, that confidence. So you have everything that you need. Sometimes the Queen of Air is a little bit more stoic in her presentation and not as given to levity. And so sometimes these situations call for a little levity and being able to laugh at ourselves. So definitely you have all of the resources that you need. You're going to be able to problem solve, no problem, but you might need to be able to laugh at yourself a bit. And there's also a sense to me like you've handled this 100,000 times. You need to be able to sometimes laugh at yourself for, why didn't I see this was the way it was going again? So that is your reading for the week. And now I've got your archangels. And if you had Archangel number 1, then you have Archangel Uriel and claircognizance. So Archangel Uriel is that wise old uncle kind of angel. He's got that lantern, here is the way, this is the path that's going to help you the most. Claircognizance is the card that came up with Uriel this week, and sometimes that is so tricky. People that are claircognizance, clear in knowing, often wonder why everyone else is so stupid, but they don't recognize that their common sense is a flavor of intuition, because they just know things. So you can say, hey, how do I, and they just know. You can ask, all kinds of things, and they just know. So one of the things that you can be asking Archangel Uriel for, if this is your angel, is to help me to just know what to do, or know the right words, or some of those things, because this angel can help us a ton with just knowing what we need when we need it. So don't hesitate to reach out to Archangel Uriel this week if that's your angel. Archangel number 2 is Archangel Michael. Remember who you are. And the funny thing is see how his torch is blowing sideways? I'll come to that at the end. But he is saying you are a powerful, loving, creative child of God, and you are loved. Remember that. So sometimes when these kinds of situations come up where there's a difficult person or situation, we can feel just completely lost, and it can make us feel really alone when we feel lost. Call on Archangel Michael. Help me find my way. Help me remember all of the goodness in me. Help me remember all of the other tough times that I've gotten through, and give me your strong physical presence and guidance so that I can feel your company and you can help lead me forward out of this situation in the direction I need to go. So Archangel Michael's got his torch kind of going to the side. And the funny thing is Archangel number 3 is Archangel Raphael, and I see his is also kind of going that way. So it looked to me as if he was almost blowing on it and then blowing Michael's to the side. And so I feel like if you have Archangel number 3, there's definitely going to be an interaction with Archangel Michael also. So one of the things that when I was newer in my path, I would call on Archangel Michael for everything, because he's got that strong physical presence, so I could really feel him and I would know he was there. Archangel Raphael is a lot more subtle, and so even though I do a lot of healing work, I would still call on Archangel Michael. Well, as I grew and became more able to feel the different angels and see how they interacted, Archangel Michael and Raphael are kind of a pair of jokers when they get around each other, and they clown around a lot. So it's like if you've got this third angel this week, Archangel Raphael, then be on the lookout for Michael, and be on the lookout for some unexpected levity that perhaps you weren't expecting, but now that you're kind of on the lookout, you'll kind of notice, hey, that was kind of funny how that happened. I don't know how that went, or you know, something gets moved around or something like that, because I feel like definitely there's something is definitely drastically different than now that you're noticing it. It's going to be something that you may not have noticed. All right, that is your reading for the week. I hope that it helps you. If you are looking for your own reading, don't hesitate to reach out. How to reach me is in the About section if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can message me on Facebook. Take good care, everyone.